to make my version of macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving. That's not a lot of calories, or not as many calories rather, as using macaroni. So what am I going to use? I'm going to use, first of all, some sweet potatoes. Yes, I'm going to put sweet potatoes in my macaroni, but instead of using noodles, I'm going to use cauliflower. So I'm going to put the sweet potatoes in my processor first, and I'm going to chop them up really, really fine. All right, so I chopped them up really, really fine, and now I'm getting ready to cut up my cauliflower. All right, here's my cauliflower, and I don't want to just assume everybody knows how to, cut up a cauliflower. And so you might notice some little brown spots on it, and that's okay. A lot of, vegetables and fruit tend to have a brown spot, but that's okay. I don't like them. It's a pet peeve of mine, so I kind of cut it off a little bit, shave it off. But I'm just going to cut this in half. And the way I do it, now you might know a better way. If you do, that's fine. Put it in the comment section. Or upload a picture. But I just cut it in half here, and then I just kind of hull out this little heart piece right here. So I'm going to cut it and show you real quick. All right, see, when you cut it open, see the little pieces just kind of pull out, like that. So you cut it in half, they just fall out. And so that's what I do. I just kind of take these little hearts out, and then I cut them a little smaller so they're not so big whenever they're in the dish. So now I'm going to add the sweet potato. I'm going to show you how I make the cheese sauce, and then top it with breadcrumbs that have been, of course, soaked in vegan butter. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do the sauce. Okay, I'm getting ready to make the sauce for my vegan macaroni and cheese using cauliflower. Now, you only need a few things. This right here has been a godsend. I do not like coconut. I don't even want to use the word hate, but I do not like coconut. My mom used to have coconut pies and stuff, and my aunt and my grandmother used to make coconut cakes growing up, and I just did not like the taste of coconut. So whenever I would see this can of coconut milk in the store, I would just pass it by, because I was like, okay, I don't like coconut, so I'm not even going to mess with it. But since I've become vegan, I've just been experimenting, trying to find things that will help me create dishes that I like without dairy. And I stumbled across this brand, and I started using it in different things. And I realized there's a variety of different uses for coconut milk. And this is, of course, unsweetened, and it's, of course, in the can. So I use this to actually start my base for my sauce. So I use the coconut milk. I use, I have fallen in love with this cheese right here. I guess it's called Veal Life. I guess that's how you pronounce it. But I can only find it at Harris Teeter. And then, of course, I use vegan butter, and I use the country crop, the avocado oil. So those are really the three main ingredients. And then I'm going to season it with my favorite seasonings, which I'll show you as I go. But I'm going to put the milk in the pot first. Of course, the butter so it can melt, and then I'm gonna start adding my cheese and then adding my seasonings, and I'll show you what I'm gonna put in it. Okay, so I poured my coconut milk in the pot and a half a stick of the vegan butter, and I'm gonna let that melt. And after it melts, I'm gonna add my cheese and my seasonings, pour it over top of the cauliflower and sweet potato. And I'm going to be preparing my breadcrumbs while I'm waiting for this to melt. All right, I melted my butter for my breadcrumbs. I'm going to put my breadcrumbs in, and I'm going to put seasoning in that. All right, I like to put my breadcrumbs in my processor, and that way it'll chop it up fine for me. And, this is a good way to get rid of bread that's about, the stale or getting ready to, go to bed, and nobody's going to make a sandwich out of it. So you can use that to make breadcrumbs. That way you don't waste food. All right, that's what the breadcrumbs look like. So this is what I'm getting ready to add. I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric for color. I'm going to also add some nutritional yeast, roasted garlic, just a little bit, onion powder, just a little bit, Mrs. Dash that I put in everything, just a little bit though. A little bit of no salt because I don't use no salt. And just a smidgen of black pepper. I'm going to also put those ingredients, or those seasonings rather, in the sauce, just so you know. All right, so this is what it looks like after you add the cheese and the different seasonings. And so if you want this recipe, just click the link down below, and you can go ahead and download it for free. And that way you'll know exactly how much of what to put in it. All right, because I just do a lot of eyeballing whenever I'm cooking. All right, so now I'm going to pour it over my cauliflower and potato mixture or medley, and then I'm gonna top it with the breadcrumbs, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. All right, so I've got them in the oven, and I'm gonna let them bake on 350 until I see bubbles coming up the side and the top is brown.